Yo, what's good? It's Drop from ProducerPolish.com. I'm coming at you today with some reverb tips and just kind of like how I use them and things like that. Hopefully you have kind of a basic understanding of how to use a reverb. If not, I just wanted to kind of really quickly go over the basics in this video. And the main knobs that you'll find on most reverbs are the ones here on the sides. The mix knob, the balance, reverb, time, the pre-delay, the size. Sometimes the balance knob here might be called shape. So I'll go through these knobs really quick. Basically, the mix knob, if you haven't already set your reverb up on a bus track, you need to set your reverb up on a bus track, and I'll have another video up about bus tracks later on. The balance, so the shape, is just basically about how much absorption the room itself is set up for. So like right now I'm set up for a concert hall. I think it's pretty fair to say it's 50-50 with concert halls. They're not absorbing all the sound like maybe a studio or a booth would, but they're not making everything reverb like say like a bathroom would. You know what I'm saying? A bathroom would have like a lot of tail on it, and it would have a lot of reverb. As well as reverb time. Something like a bathroom would have a lot of time on its reverb, or something really big might have a lot of reverb time too, like a concert hall would have a lot of reverb time. Something like maybe just a small studio room might have around the 1 second range. You know what I mean? You can play with like bigger studio like drum rooms. If you're doing some drums, maybe have a longer second, you know what I mean, more longer reverb time. So it's all about adjusting it to whatever kind of sound you're going for, and whatever kind of room sound. Like maybe your drum room doesn't have a lot of reverb time because you have a lot of absorption on the walls, like, or maybe you want to make it like it's in a garage. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about what kind of room. You always have to have in your mind a vision of the room that you want to create. I'll go to the room size real quick because that's pretty self-explanatory. You know what I mean? Just how long your reflections or your small echoes are going to be, because that's basically what the reverb is. It's very, very small echoes. Basically, your voice is hitting the walls and coming back at you. And then we have the pre-delay. A lot of times I don't use too much pre-delay, but it's a really cool effect when you do use it. Basically, the pre-delay, you want to set it in time with the music. That's the most important thing. So find out how many beats per minute you're doing, and then go ahead and find out how many milliseconds you're running your quarter notes and your eighth notes and your 16th notes at, and then you can set your pre-delay up so that way your reverb actually starts maybe like quarter note or eighth note, or even like a 16th note sounds really cool. You know what I'm saying? It starts that much time you mean after the beat or the vocal. You know what I'm saying? So definitely play around with the pre-delay. You can come up with some pretty cool creative things. But for the most part, the other knobs, the first knobs that we went through, mainly these three here, the room size, the room shape, and the reverb time, those are the most important knobs with creating a certain space. So as you get with better reverbs too, like this reverb isn't the best reverb, but it's pretty nice. It gives me a lot of different parameters I can go over. Ambience and density, that's another way to control how much absorption the room has. You know what I'm saying? It already has a high and low pass filter built right in, because it's important to EQ your reverbs. If you don't have the ability to EQ your reverb right in the reverb plugin itself, then you definitely want to put EQ plugin afterwards. Sometimes even with the high pass filter, I still EQ my reverbs. It's really big. Like the EQs, you want to do it to everything. Make sure that reverb is set in its own space and it's not just everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And going over all the instruments. So that's pretty much it. Right now I have Juji's verse lined up, and he has a nice singing chorus here, and I figured it'd be cool to show you how I set the reverb up on here. And yeah, let's take a listen. So you can hear it a lot better without the beat there, but it's important that it blends in with the beat. Like when you heard it with the beat, it blended right in with it, and it kind of just made things just meld and mold together and put them in a nice space. So here's all his tracks here, right on the chorus. All my chorus tracks, I have verb buses set up on each one, sending it right over to my reverb here on this track. And this is his main vocal, so I set up his main vocal with just some moderate reverb, and then his two dub vocals, which I actually have panned out left and right. They don't have any reverb on it. I figured I'd let the one in the middle get the reverb, because the reverb is also going to make it sound bigger too. So in addition to the reverb, I also have the two left and right vocals that they don't have to be reverb, because they're already kind of in the back, subtle, and they're making it bigger anyway. So that's why I chose not to add the reverb to these two tracks. And then I have his echo tracks here, or his ad-lib type tracks, and I added reverb on both of these, so that way when he really when he comes in with his dub and comes in with his echo here, it's really gonna kind of open it up and make it breathe. So let me just kind of show you here. So you can see right there that every time that he kind of hit those extra words, it made it kind of a little bit bigger, and the reverb was pressed a little bit more. So that's important. Like, you want to make it breathe almost, you know what I'm saying? Like, you want to really have some dynamic to it. You don't want to just slap a reverb on it and then just think the reverb's going to take care of it. Like, put it creatively on different tracks and different parts, so that way it creates, you know what I'm saying, this effect, like this wave effect or this breathing effect, you know what I mean? So it has some action to it. And then also another big thing to point out is don't put reverb on everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have it set up here so that it's a lot of reverb on the chorus here, but when it comes into the verse, it has a really nice effect to hear it kind of right in your face without the reverb. So I don't think any reverb on the verse here. And watch how it comes in.
It feels good when the fans want you. When the record drops, everybody watch you. Think about every move.
So really, really nice to have contrast in the music too. So keep that in mind, and yeah, just keep playing with those settings, and start thinking of creative ways that you can put them on different parts of your recordings, and you'll keep getting better from there. You know what I'm saying? The plugins don't matter. They do matter in the reverbs more so than they do in the compressors and the EQs, but as long as you have a decent reverb and you can put EQs after it, that's the most important thing. Is to be able to put some high pass, low pass filters on it, or EQ it afterwards. So yeah, we'll leave it with that one. Hopefully this one helped, and definitely like the video, subscribe to the channel, and check out producerpolish.com. As soon as it gets up, we'll have some more videos up on there, and appreciate you checking out the video. So definitely catch you on the next one. Peace.